And just a perfect late August day today, high in the upper 80s for Hay Springs and Rushville today. The rest of the week we'll have a few bouts of rain in the forecast, but next week, all sun all the time, so I personally think that that's a fair trade. Anyway, that's your weather today. Diane, back to you.
Thanks, Dan, and we all appreciate the great news on our weather. And keep up the good work. Now, tonight is a special night here in Hay Springs as the Farm Brewery reopens. It's been 3 years since the lights went off at the beloved brewery, and tonight is the night for the relaunch. New owners Herd has already brought in Ben, the former brewmaster at the original Farm Brewery, and he's excited for the relaunch.
We're all happy to be brewing beer in Hay Springs again. I think it's really great that Herd called me and asked me to come back. It's something that I told him no at first, but I eventually came to my senses, and he's really put a lot of time and work into the place, so we're hoping Hay Springs and Rushville will come out tonight.
The festivities kick off at 8 tonight with live music, food, games, and of course, beer. Now, when we come back, we'll take a...
Today is a big day. A big day. After a couple months here of just sitting in this apartment, we are going to open up the brewery today. It is launch day, and as you can tell, this is a different apartment than I was in before. I got out of the apartment across the street from the baseball stadium, and I'm still in Hay Springs, but this is just a little bit more comfortable for me, especially since I'm basically living at the brewery anyway. But either way, we got to go over there today, and I'm really nervous. I am nervous. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of pride, a lot of time. I really got my future riding on the launch of this brewery, and I need today to be a successful one. I'm glad I got Ben. I'm really glad that I've got John. You know, both of those guys are just top-notch people to work with, so I'm really happy about that. And now I got to get dressed. Got to get over to McDonald's. I want to get some breakfast for the guys. Just a little token to say thank you and kind of kick off the day in a good vibe. You know, I want good vibes today. Anyway, let me get a shower, let me change my clothes, and I'll pick this back up when I'm closer to getting out of here. All right, so on our way to McDonald's, as I said. Just wanted to get breakfast for the guys today. Get the morale up here because today is an important day. Of course, today is the opening of the brewery, and well, tonight is the opening of the brewery. But yeah, it's gonna be a big day. So I want to make sure that everybody is feeling in a good mood, and you know, an extra cup of coffee is gonna be good for John. He comes in every morning with a cup of McDonald's coffee, so that is the inspiration for McDonald's over, say, Tim Hortons. But I'm not very partial, to be honest. But John does love the McDonald's, so we are gonna get him an extra cup of coffee here this morning and some breakfast for everybody, so that, you know, everybody, at least this day of chaos, is going to start well. That's what I hope anyway. But anyway, yeah, we've got some work to do in the farm. The construction is done, and you know, that's why it's been a couple months since I picked this up. The construction is done and completed. The only thing that's not done are the fields, and that's what I'm going to have John do today, is plow up some fields so that we can grow a couple things, some barley, some wheat, and a couple other things that we might want if we decide to do some crafty selections of something very specific. But anyway, we are here. I am going to get in. I don't know why this McDonald's does not have a drive-through. It's kind of a pain in the neck. Anyway, I'm going to get in here and get the order. I drove to work the most nervous I'd ever been. Actually, leaving this apartment this morning as the door was closing, I remember looking inside and thinking, the next time I see that place, I'll know if I had sank or swam. I was nervous, no doubt, but I couldn't let it show at work. As inexperienced as I was, these guys still thrived on my attitude, and today I had to be in a good place. Hiring John had turned out to be a great move. He was there throughout the construction process to oversee or answer any questions, and he's been in the office planning out the farming portion of this venture as well. He's even helped Ben with some of the brewing, and helped with the small maintenance around the brewery as well. Ben and I are really lucky to have him. Today had to go well, and I was going to make sure that I did everything to make that possible. Alright, so just got to work here. Gonna go into the office. Hey, good morning, guys. Grabbed some breakfast this morning and some coffee to wake us all up. So, how you guys feeling?
I'm ready, Herd. Today's the big day we've been working towards.
Ben?
Well, I'm just hoping that they like the beer is all. The wheat beer was popular before, and you know how people build things up in their head over time.
Ben, we've all tasted the beer. It's top notch. That's actually the thing I'm most excited about. The taste of the beer is not the concern to me at all.
Me either.
Well, thanks, guys. It's just, I've been out of the game for a while, so I'm just a little nervous.
That's alright, Ben. It's expected to be a little on edge with something like this. I mean, if I'm being honest, I am a little, but at the end of the day, I know the beer is good. I know with the news talking about it this morning, people will come by. And by the way, Ben, I saw you on there. You're a star.
Not quite heard.
Well, anyway, I got something that might help calm your nerves. I went over to the printer, and I got all the beer information and what the taps are going to look like. You want to see them?
Well, yeah, are they good?
Alright, I think they came out okay. Here's the first one. Been a long time, a Green Valley favorite returns, the refreshing and light beer with a hazy appearance, brewed with a significant proportion of wheat. It has fruity and spicy notes with a smooth finish. Obviously, this beer is named after you, Ben. You're the head brewer of the farm brewery, so we wanted to, name this one after you.
Is that supposed to be me?
Don't worry about that. Either way, that's the first one. Let me see the other one here. This one's the Crazy Cat Stout. Prepare to be whisked away by the rich and velvety embrace of Crazy Cat Stout. At a formidable 11% ABV, this indulgent brew offers a symphony of dark, roasted malts that dance over your palate, delivering notes of deep chocolate, espresso, and a hint of decadent sweetness. As bold and mysterious as the feline companion that inspired its name, Crazy Cat Stout invites you to savor each sip, revealing layers of complexity and a warming finish. Embrace the allure of the night with the full-bodied stout, a companion as captivating as the midnight shadows. That is a mouthful that they came up with, but good logo. I like that. That's the Crazy Cat Stout. That's 11%. We got three more. Let me see this one. We got the Green Valley Pilsner. That's the 7% one, and that is the one that was here last time as well. So that really needs no explanation, but this one was, of course, crafted by you, Ben, so this one's going to be great as well. Let me see. There's two more here. Let me get this other one out. Hay Springs IPA, 9.5 ABV. Bold hop flavors, aromas that pay tribute to the resilient pioneers of the Nebraska plains. So this one is a new one as well that we're going to introduce tonight. So very good about that as well. Really excited for these beers, and of course the last one. The last one is the Sour Ape, 7% ABV. And this one is our most out there one, and it's also my favorite tap, to be honest, by design. But anyway, those are the 5 beers that we're going to go with, guys, and I'm really excited about them. Ben, you did a really good job brewing them. And now it's just up to me and John to make sure that you got the ingredients to do your thing.
Well, they look good, guys. I'm gonna go get the shop opened up. Heard anything specific you need from me today?
Yeah, actually, I need you to plow some fields out there for us to plant some crops in for next year. Might as well get that started now. I'll let you look at the soil as well for now and figure out, what we can do next year.
You got it, Herd. I also need to service the equipment today, so I'll plow the fields, then I'll service everything. They aren't in desperate need or anything. I was just gonna add some fluids and top them off, but might as well use what's in there and then do it.
John, that's totally up to you. So, yeah, that sounds good.
Heard everything looks great, and thanks for breakfast, but I gotta go too. Just going to get all the production area set up and start brewing some beer to sell tonight, so then we gotta talk about how much beer we need to brew for the tap house and the local contracts that we have.
All right, that sounds good, Ben. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I am going to now show you the farm portion of the farm brewery. I like to keep it authentic over here, and the only way to do so is to actually have a farm on the property. And now we do, and we've built a couple things. Well, not me, but the Rushville Farm Store, they have their own set of contractors, and they have really helped us out with this one. First, I'll show you the barn over here, and then I'll get over to the lean-to, but this is a place we needed. There's John's truck right there. We needed a place for John to do everything. And by that, I mean we needed him to have a place to store his equipment. We needed him to have a place just to work out of. And this is kind of his thing. As the farm manager, he'll be right next to the crops that we need to produce. And he'll have the garage here. So if he needs to service equipment or anything like that, that will be something that he can do. And you know, I got such a big barn mostly just because I wanted him to grow into this. I don't want to have to build again because two reasons. One, it takes a lot of time, and two, because it takes a lot of time, it also takes a lot of money. And I have spent my fair share of money. I do not want to do that for a very long time. So I figured why not build bigger? That way we can grow into it. All right, now let's head over to the lean-to, and we've got two tractors. The one is the old Ford that we bought, and this one is the Class Arian, I believe, 660. We bought it used. We had it up at the Rushville Farm Store. We bought it for $41,600. It was expensive, but it's got 205 horsepower, and it's only got about 18 hours registered on the tractor itself. So it's basically new. Did fix up a few things under the hood, but other than that, it's good to go. And we needed a bigger tractor anyway so that we could get this plow around the field. And the plow is actually John's personal plow, which is helping us a lot because it is saving us a lot from having to rent that plow. But the lean-to is needed just to get them out of the weather. I wanted to take care of the equipment so we wouldn't have to buy any more or fix any more because, frankly, I can't afford it. But that is the lean-to. And now over there, just straight ahead, nothing yet. That is just grass that you're seeing. You're not missing anything. But that is where I want John to plow today. I want to get him to get us some fields over there because we want to plant some wheat and some barley for our beer. So we're going to have him do that today, and that's going to look completely different. Now, moving on, here is obviously the greenhouses. We're going to be growing lettuce, strawberries, and tomatoes in the greenhouses over here. We're going to use that to supplement the cost, or at least help the cost, of the products that we have to bring in for our cafe or our pub house over there. We are going to use the lettuce, strawberries, and tomatoes and salads and things like that over at the brew house. Now, we're also able to grow corn. We can grow wheat as well, and we can do a lot of other stuff. But I think that we're going to need a lot of wheat, so we're probably not going to utilize that for wheat. We're just going to use that for produce. So overall, I'm really happy with how the farm came out. I would like to see the fields plowed up today. That would be a great start, and I think that we will officially have a farm here. But the most important ingredient here on this farm or this brewery is, of course, hops, and that is what I am about to show you right now. We bought these hops from a local farmer who sold them to us, so we're going to maintain the hops and make sure, obviously, that we always have them so that Ben's able to always brew beer. So this is also a very good aesthetic for people that are coming over to the brewery. They get to see the hops that we are using in the beer they're drinking. So it's kind of, you see the whole cycle of everything, which is really nice and what me and Ben really like about it. But anyway, let me get back inside. I have a few calls to make. John's out in the field, or at least he should be very soon. And Ben is getting everything ready for tonight. I have some paperwork to do. And then I got to help these guys get ready. But either way, a busy day on the farm. Let me get back inside.
Chattanooga, boy had $1 and a dime. Headed out from Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and I learned to rob and steal. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dollar, but it never adds up at all. Coming around the riverbank, heard the old train whistle sing. The very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain. Well, come this time tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, I'd be back in Tennessee. Playing cards and crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never roam no more. Gather round, you good time boys, listen to my song. May not know better, but I know you know right from wrong. Buy yourself a postcard so you can see the lights of town. Find yourself a country girl, keep quiet and settle down.
Hey, John, how did everything go out there?
Well, there's a lot of rocks out there, that's for sure. Wish we were farming those. But other than that, everything went well. I made a couple of fields out there that'll be big enough for us to get a pretty good crop on. So we should probably figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the land though, since you guys are already paying for it. But as of right now, I'm just servicing this equipment here for the next time. Just added the fluids to the tractor, so now I'm just about to clean it all off.
Well, you're definitely right on having to figure out what we'll do with the rest of the land. I'd like your suggestion on that. Just not today. Okay, today there's enough going on in my head. I can't really wrap my head around that today, but I would like your input on that. But anyways, thank you so much for everything, John. I really appreciate it, and great work today. I'm really happy that you're here and that you're a part of the brewery.
Thanks, Herd, and so am I. This job has given me a little bit more to do than usual, which, believe me, I'm thankful for. Before this, I was just tending to a few beef cows and really just kind of living a simple life. Not that beef farming's easy, far from it, but I only had 5 cows. It's not like I'm running all over the place. Then I got a phone call from you, and I'm immediately thrown into the deep end, which again is good. I like that. I guess what I'm just trying to tell you, Herd, is that I just appreciate you trusting me to be the farm manager of the brewery. This has added another chapter to my life that's challenging and rewarding.
Well, you're definitely capable of it, John. You do a great job for us. I mean, I certainly don't know what's going on out there in that field. And I'm just really appreciative towards you for having the patience to start teaching me and, having me, ask all these crazy questions to you. So thank you. I really appreciate that. But now I'm headed over to see Ben. You should come with me because I want all of us to drink together before we open. Just want to have one beer. I think we all earned that. You especially.
I'd like that. Thanks, Herd. I'll be right over. Just have to finish putting everything away. Give me 5 minutes.
Ben, I was telling John I just wanted to get us guys together here for a beer before we officially open. I think we could all use a beer, cut the edge off. And I think we all deserve a beer.
Heard the beer that I had chosen for us to drink here is the wheat beer. I know you haven't tried it before, have you?
Well, once I tried the wheat beer with you, but you said it really wasn't ready yet. It didn't feel right.
Ben, I gotta tell you, I like this. This is some good work. This is a good beer.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that.
Guys, we really did it. I mean, a year ago, I was sitting in an office. John was tending to his own farm. Ben, you're a restaurant manager. I mean, now here we are. We did it. A strong emphasis on the word we, too, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. That much, I am sure of.
Well, Herd, I appreciate you coming back a second time to try and convince me to stop and think about the opportunity you were giving me. I appreciate the confidence and the patience with me. Now we just have to hope that the people of Green Valley like my beer.
Of course, that's why I let you do the interview with the news. You're the star, Ben.
Yeah, maybe not so much.
Guys, I'm just happy to be here. It's great seeing everything come together, from the construction process, beginning people to slowly come around to having Herd own the brewery. It's just been fun to watch. Now, we just have to hope that everything turns out the way we want it to.
Well, regardless of how all this turns out, thank you both for being a part of this and for helping me get this place back up and running. I'm hoping that the community really appreciates it, but even if they don't, I do. So thank you guys. Cheers. The launch party was a success. Food trucks, games, and of course beer will bring a community out and make them happy. All of the work we did, all the hurdles that we jumped through to get to this point, all of it was worth it. Now, we just had to make sure that people continued buying the beer and the community had a great place to meet for celebrations, business meetings, or anything really. My hope was that we could just stay busy and that we could be successful here in Green Valley.